Well, it's multifaceted. It kind of depends on the context of, personal regret of the person who passes, or even the regret we feel when someone passes, as far as how maybe we could have handled things better.
Tyler Henry rose to fame as a Hollywood medium, delivering messages from beyond and offering comfort to countless people. But behind the spotlight and supernatural insight lies a far more complex and somber story, one marked by health battles, isolation, and emotional pain that few people truly know about. How does a young man gifted with such a rare ability cope with the weight of loss, skepticism, and rejection all at once? What happens when the gifts that bring hope to others also bring heartbreak to the one carrying them? Tyler's story challenges everything we expect from a celebrity medium and reveals the heavy toll his unseen world has taken on him. Early psychic awakening. Tyler Henry's journey into the supernatural began unexpectedly around the age of 10, a time when most children are still discovering who they are. At that young age, he experienced his first psychic moment, predicting the death of his grandmother. At the time, Tyler didn't recognize this as a special ability. To him, it was simply something happening that he couldn't fully explain. The shock of learning about her passing from his father made the entire experience feel chaotic and overwhelming. This first encounter with death and the unknown came without guidance or reassurance. Instead, it opened the door to a confusing new reality where Tyler became aware of feelings and messages beyond normal comprehension. Despite the mystical nature of the experience, Tyler struggled internally to understand the meaning of his gift. It was an awakening filled with uncertainty, foreshadowing the many challenges he would face on this unusual path. As Tyler's abilities continued to develop, he found it difficult to fit them into everyday life. His early psychic experiences set him apart from his peers, creating a gap between his world and the world of his friends and family. Yet the full emotional weight of these abilities would only become clear later, when the realities of loss, isolation, and misunderstanding began to settle in. For now, it was simply the beginning of something much larger than himself. This strange connection to the spiritual world turned Tyler's childhood into a balancing act between wonder and responsibility. While many kids were figuring out their identities, Tyler was navigating a hidden realm few could understand. The uncertainty he faced at such an early age planted seeds of solitude and confusion that would continue to grow in the years ahead. Though this awakening may seem extraordinary, it didn't bring Tyler comfort or clarity right away. Instead, it created a deeply personal experience that was difficult to explain, especially to friends who couldn't relate. His gift placed him on a unique path, but it also introduced struggles far beyond the usual pains of growing up. The full implications of this awakening would take years to reveal, hinting at heartbreak still to come. The death of his grandmother became a defining moment. It showed Tyler that his gift wasn't just an abstract curiosity, it connected him directly to grief and loss. This experience introduced a pattern of emotional intensity tied to his abilities, a pattern that would repeat throughout his life. Tyler's early psychic awakening planted the first seeds of a life that would be anything but easy, shaped by talents that separated him from his community and challenged his sense of belonging. What seemed like a gift on the surface came with hidden hardships just beneath. Isolation and community rejection. As Tyler moved beyond the shock of his early gifts, he soon faced the harsh reality of how his community would respond. Growing up in California's San Joaquin Valley, Tyler experienced firsthand the social isolation that can come with being different in a close-knit community. His emerging psychic abilities separated him from childhood peers who didn't understand what he was experiencing or where it came from. While some may have been curious, the overall atmosphere was often one of suspicion and fear. The religious environment in which Tyler was raised made things even more difficult. Some viewed his abilities as a spiritual gift, while others saw them as something dark or dangerous. This clash of beliefs added another layer of pressure, forcing Tyler to navigate not only personal confusion but the judgment of an entire community. Tyler has said that middle school was especially difficult, a time when he was not only trying to understand his abilities but also accept the reality of being different. The struggle to find self-acceptance amid mixed reactions led to feelings of exclusion and loneliness during his formative years. High school offered little relief. The skepticism and misunderstanding continued, keeping him on the social sidelines and deepening the emotional divide created by his gift. Tyler's isolation wasn't only social, it became internal as well. Being dismissed or condemned by those closest to him, especially within a religious framework, forced him to question the nature of his abilities and his place in the world. Still, Tyler has described self-acceptance as one of the most important ongoing journeys of his life. He understands that feeling different is something many people can relate to, but accepting his own psychic abilities required a deeply personal battle. His early isolation is one of the most striking parts of his story, especially considering the very public role he would later take on. As a young man, he was often misunderstood and feared. Yet later, that same gift would place him in the spotlight, with millions looking to him for comfort and guidance. This contrast between private pain and public success defines much of Tyler's life story. The loneliness he experienced wasn't simply a phase, it was a direct result of his extraordinary abilities. The rejection and fear he faced laid the emotional groundwork for how he would later handle fame, criticism, and mental health struggles. Long before the world knew his name, the price of being different was already clear. Health struggles and near-death experiences. Tyler Henry's life has been marked not only by psychic experiences but also by relentless health challenges. Born 3 months premature, his early start in life came with serious risks that would follow him into adulthood. Over the years, he has endured multiple emergency surgeries and frightening near-death experiences, adding physical and emotional strain to an already difficult path. One of the most serious incidents occurred shortly after Tyler's 18th birthday, when he was hospitalized with hydrocephalus caused by an arachnoid brain cyst. The cyst blocked the flow of cerebrospinal fluid, increasing pressure inside his skull and creating a life-threatening situation. Emergency brain surgery was necessary, and though he recovered quickly, the experience was a stark reminder of his fragility. In May 2025, Tyler revealed that he underwent another brain surgery, this time to remove a colloid cyst near the center of his brain. His resilience was clear when he described the procedure as "not my first rodeo." Tyler has also faced serious lung issues. In late 2019, just before the global pandemic began, he suffered a collapsed lung that required emergency surgery and a 3-week hospital stay. Doctors later discovered severe damage to his lungs, including multiple air leaks that made reinflation difficult. Tyler suspects this may have been caused by COVID-19, as he and his family had been sick in a way they had never experienced before. These repeated medical emergencies forced Tyler to become extremely mindful of his health and lifestyle. The physical toll often intersected with mental and emotional struggles, making it harder to balance his public career and private battles. His health challenges didn't just affect his body, they shaped his perspective on life, death, and the fragile line between them. Repeated brushes with mortality at a young age gave him a unique outlook that influenced both his psychic work and his personal journey. Despite everything, Tyler continues to push forward. His health battles remind audiences that behind the gift is a human being vulnerable, fragile, and incredibly resilient. Public scrutiny and skepticism. Tyler Henry's rise to fame has been met with both fascination and controversy. From the beginning, his work sparked debate over whether his abilities were genuine or simply entertainment. As one of the youngest mainstream mediums, Tyler gained attention for his calm demeanor and emotional readings that often moved clients to tears. But with fame came skepticism. Critics accused him of exploiting grief and profiting from people's vulnerability and desire for closure. The controversy intensified after the release of his Netflix series Life After Death with Tyler Henry. The show followed him as he delivered readings across the country while uncovering shocking revelations about his own family history. Online critics, especially on Reddit, claimed his psychic persona was carefully crafted for fame and profit. They argued that he relied on observation skills and subtle emotional cues rather than any supernatural ability. Publications like Skeptical Inquirer amplified these claims during his Live from the Other Side tour, suggesting he used prior research and hot readings instead of genuine spirit communication. They argued that emotional storytelling and confirmation bias created the illusion of supernatural contact. Rather than retreat from criticism, Tyler embraced transparency. In a 2018 interview with Larry King, he admitted he never expected universal belief. He even stated that skepticism is healthy and a necessary part of the conversation. His calm acceptance of criticism became one of his defining traits. Over time, Tyler has come to see skepticism as both an obstacle and a source of motivation. He believes disbelief often stems from humanity's discomfort with uncertainty. Ironically, the very criticism that challenges his authenticity has also kept him culturally relevant. Every article, debate, and skeptical discussion keeps his name and the larger conversation about belief alive. But behind the public spectacle lies a young man carrying empathy, exhaustion, and his own doubts. Personal loss and emotional burdens. Tyler Henry's gift has never shielded him from grief. In many ways, it has brought him closer to it. One of his most painful losses was his close friend and first love, Terry, who died of brain cancer. Though Tyler sensed Terry's fate long before it happened, the knowledge didn't make the loss easier. In fact, it made it more painful. Tyler has admitted that he distanced himself from Terry before his death because he couldn't face what he knew was coming. That decision has haunted him ever since. This reveals the emotional cost of Tyler's gift. While he may sense the presence of the deceased, he is not immune to the pain of losing them. Living between the physical and spiritual worlds means carrying not only his own grief, but also the grief of countless others. Tyler has also struggled deeply with identity. Coming out as gay wasn't a single moment, it was an ongoing process he once described as coming out 20 times. Balancing fame, grief, and self-acceptance has taken a heavy emotional toll. Ultimately, Tyler's story is one of paradox. His gift connects him to the afterlife, yet intensifies the pain of living. Behind his calm public image is a man marked by love, loss, and the burden of knowing too much. Coping, compartmentalization, and legacy. Tyler Henry's life is a constant balancing act between two worlds, the spiritual one he connects with and the physical one he lives in. His ability to receive messages from the departed takes a deep emotional toll, often blurring the line between work and personal life. To cope, Tyler relies on strict mental boundaries. He consciously separates his own emotions from the grief and stories he encounters. Without those boundaries, he says he would carry the weight of countless sorrows. Still, there is no true way to shut off the connection. Tyler says he can only turn it up or tune it out, living with a constant hum of otherworldly energy that affects his mental and emotional well-being. His vulnerability became even more apparent when a DNA test on life after death with Tyler Henry revealed shocking family secrets. The woman who raised his mother was not her biological mother, but an abusive criminal serving life sentences for murder. Ironically, Tyler never sensed the presence of his real grandmother, despite channeling so many spirits for others. Despite these struggles, Tyler continues to share his experiences with openness and empathy. His willingness to speak about mental health, grief, and isolation challenges the stereotype of the perfect or infallible medium. Ultimately, Tyler's story is one of resilience. It is a reminder that even those who help others heal are often still learning how to heal themselves. Tyler Henry's story proves that behind every extraordinary gift is a human being facing real struggles. His journey reveals the strength it takes to live with unusual abilities while enduring skepticism, loss, and life-threatening health battles. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like and subscribe for more honest stories that go beyond the surface. Thank you for watching.